Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we're going to be continuing Saga of Tanya the Evil, episode 12, the last episode of the season. We are going to be doing the special and the movie immediately afterwards, so make sure you stay here, and then season 2, obviously. So subscribe to the channel, check out the Patreon if you want to watch ahead, the full reactions, exclusive shows. That link will be down below. Let's go ahead and start. Oh man. When you start off with this music, I feel like shit's gonna go down this episode.
ああ、少佐殿、申し訳ありませんが、閣下は現在外出中です。
ではルーデルドルフ閣下を。
失礼しました。その参謀連は皆様揃って外出中でして。
何か重大な会議でも。
おそらくビアホールかと思いますが。
ビアホール。
Of course they're at the beer hall.
勝利の美酒をと叫ばれていましたので、できれば自分も混ざりたいところですが、こればかりは。お、
デグレチャフ少佐だ。
いえ、特には。
ゼートゥア閣下にお会いしたいとのことでしたので、ビアホールだとお伝えしましたが。
Maybe this is gonna be the connection so she can get heard.
確かミルクと砂糖は。
はい、必要ありません。
戦勝記念のドルマイヤーだ。提出の御用達だぞ。ゼートゥア閣下を訪問されたようだが、今回の勝利に機関の功績は計り知れない。何か進言があるのなら、忌憚のない意見を聞かせてほしい。
Well, I would think they would want to hear her thoughts, but
何か。
確かに我が軍は実に見事な勝利を収めました。今や世界の誰もが我が国の勇士に同目するしかないでしょう。帝国の勝利と栄光もこの瞬間だけは本物なのかもしれません。その美酒を口にしたいと思うのは当然です。しかしなぜ参謀本部はその勝利を活用なさらないのでしょう。
少佐殿が参謀本部に。
あの様子だともしかしたら怒鳴り込んでるのかも。
まあ心配はいらんだろ
う。でもいつもと明らかに。
大丈夫ですよ。少佐殿がルール違反を犯すなんて考えられません。
well, that is the first thought, especially knowing, you know, her past and everything.
誰か塗り薬持ってないか？日焼けしすぎた。
The show's had a lot of dark moments, but I feel like this is gonna kick off something.
勝利を活用しない？
失礼ながら我らが参謀本部は勝利の
Step on their throats.
勝利の使い方はご存じないように思われましたので。
どういう意味だね。
参謀本部の皆様は今勝利の美酒に酔いしれておられるそうですね。もちろん前線で義務を従前に果たした将兵たちにはひとときの享楽を謳歌する権利もありましょう。しかし戦争指導に当たるべき上級将校までもが無邪気に勝利に沸き返っているのであれば、それは怠惰であり失策。忌憚のない意見をとおっしゃられたのは中佐。
Yeah, I mean, we know Tanya's a bit extreme in ways, but
さすがに傲慢だろう。
お言葉ですが、神に愛されているな
I think they might hate you, or at least X does.
機関は卓越した先見性と判断力を有した類まれなる将校だが、やはり人間の本性は変わらないというわけか。機関の公明未遂について西方方面軍より抗議が。
Oh shit.
召喚は与えられた権限内での行動を取ろうとしたまでです。
規律違反を犯すような軍人でないことは分かっている。とはいえ、参謀本部より機関に与えられた権限は現場での摩擦を生むためのものではない。武君を誇るのは結構だが、一人で打ち立てたと思ってもらっては困る。共和国は首都を制圧されたのだ。これ以上の交戦は無意味、有害ですらある。 この先も戦争を続けようとする理由がどこにある？近代国家において軍とは国家の暴力装置だ。国家自体を犠牲にしてまで戦い続けるなど。
ゼートゥーア閣下やルーデルドルフ閣下は政治と軍事に優れた合理的なプラグマティスト。
I mean, we saw some pretty detailed plans.
この点中佐殿も同類であられる。論理と知識の牙城。それが我が帝国の参謀本部であります。そのために誰もが合理的な考えのもと戦争の終結を信じておられる。しかしそれは不完全な合理性と言わざるを得ません。
不完全な合理性？
参謀本部の皆様はあまりに合理的すぎるのです。故に完全に見落としておられるのです。人間という存在が合理性だけでは。
Well, we know that. Another history lesson.
語弊を恐れずに申し上げるならば、全くもってその通りかと。
何を根拠にそう言い切れる？
歴史であります。
Yeah.
と言っても。
Yeah. Oh shit! You're gonna
個
reveal?
人的な経験ではありますが。
Well, for one, I was right. I mean, we've known, like, definitely the advantage here is utilizing, you know, everybody in regular things. Everybody utilizes, you know, experiences that you've done, the past and stuff to help you for the future, or in the present and for the future. In this case, when you live a second life and you get, like, you know, history, even though it's technically another world and stuff like that, there's so many very similar things. You can utilize your knowledge of history in the past to help. And in this case, there is big screaming things, I'm sure, in Tanya's head, like, okay, we need to utilize. I knew that. I mean, those alarm bells were going off. But the problem is no one's going to hear you, and you know history, it's not the same. Like, this is completely different. So, like, you know, but also, like, you can utilize things that you wouldn't be able to normally, but you have to also follow the rules, and Tanya's used to following the rules, so it's kind of like hitting a wall here. No wonder, I mean, Tanya would be that pissed at that point too, where I mean, if you go any further, you could, like Tanya said, go getting, you know, on the pretty much getting killed, right? So yeah, this is gonna get good. Well, yeah, we saw that.
冷静さを失った瞬間を憎悪のみに突き動かされる。
Well, that seems to be X-influenced for sure.
気づいたというより思い出したというべきかもしれません。私は以前合理主義に対する狂気的な反発を身をもって経験しました。いかに近代化が進もうとも、いかに社会規範が浸透しようとも、人間は時として合理性よりも感情を優先する愚かな存在であるということ。
And that's not how Tanya has ever thought. And well, yeah.
だからこそ召喚は申し上げずにはいられないのです。我々は仮初めの勝利になぞ酔いしれるべきではない。憎悪の火はすべて消し去らねばならないと。
I mean, I don't know how much you can really dig into what Tanya said in the sense of living, you know. At first, I was thinking she was going to. It's not like anyone would believe you or whatever, but she kind of explained things, but also at the same time, it's gonna come off crazy as hell. But it's not like she went into full-on detail or anything. So, but it is very interesting to see how he's gonna handle it. Like hearing that, because that's. I want to say out of character. I mean, she's mostly followed the rules and everything, even though she's spoken her mind. And this is more extreme. And then, you know, the stuff that most people would be like, okay, you're crazy.
我が戦友諸君もその力を
貸してくれようとしている。我々に世界の命運がかかっているのだ。
Yeah, this was not ending.
よって私は今祖国を代表する自由共和国の一員として帝国への徹底抗戦をここに宣言する。
Oh man. Yeah, this is very far off from an actual ending.
ヨハン、もうずっと連絡がないの。まだ戦争は続くのかしら。
帝国陸軍発表。午後3時の戦局情報です。
早く南方大陸
ドルーゴ将
を攻めろよ。
軍率いる共和国軍担当は逃亡先の南方大陸にて自由共和国を招集。
Yeah. And this is what
徹底抗戦を
Tanya was worried about, at least a little part of it.
次のクリスマスまでには戦争も終わる。そう聞いていたのにな。
結局休みもほとんどなし。
またいつもの最前線で泥だらけになって冷めたご飯か。
至難の戦場、わずかな報酬、権林弾雨の日々、絶えざる危険。生還の暁には名誉と称賛を得る。
大体の募集要項ですか？
ああ、最後の文句以外は真実だったな。
It's a lot of promises.
浮かない顔だな。まだ久しぶりの酒が抜けてないのか。自由共和国軍とやらは着々と戦力を拡大中だそうだ。協商連合の生き残りや連合王国も合流し始めたらしい。本土で進んでいた講和の件が白紙撤回されるのも当然だな。
Ooh. Somebody, yeah, I was gonna say, somebody's gonna have to clean that up. Dude's there in half a second.
敵を倒しきれなかったことが問題であろう。異性は戦力基盤に相当な負荷を及ぼす。規模は最小限にとどめねばならんぞ。
Which is gonna be Tanya. Yep.
では、例の大隊に出てもらおう。我々の中だ。何が言いたい？
我々は何かを間違っていないだろうか。南方作戦とて、これ以上の参戦国が増えないことを前提にした計画だ。もし仮にさらなる国が戦争に参加する
Then it could be trouble. And World War, here we come. Every time we see something like this, yeah, I'm just like, I'm waiting for like either X to appear or like, it just has a different meaning in this show.
絶えない呪われた世界で、その国は帝国と呼ばれていた。帝国は絶大な軍事力、卓越した戦術と優れた機動力により、ラキア公国、協商連合、共和国を圧倒。安全保障上の脅威を次々に退け、誰もが随記した。だが、それゆえ彼らは想像し得なかった。帝国が強大無比な覇権を大陸中央に確立するという。
Yep, this is very, very familiar.
周辺諸国の根本的な恐怖を。
いやはや信じられんな。まったく往生際の悪い。
帝国は自らが握った剣の鋭さを誇示するあまり、無論誰もが平和を願っている。そうあれかしと。それゆえ皆平和を守るために銃を取り、平和を願って戦いに身を投じる。過酷な戦争を終わらせるべく、帝国以外の誰もが願っていた。帝国という邪悪な敵がこの地より撃滅されんことを。
And yeah, that is how World War starts.
皮肉なことに平和への願いによって
Army recruiting office somewhere in the US. Oh boy.
確かに
Yup.
合衆国軍は現在友好国に派遣される義勇派兵部隊の志願を募っています。
Is that girl?
メアリー・スーさん、あなたは志願できる最低年齢
Oh no. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Okay. So the girl that gave the gun to her dad, the dad that kept getting fucking auto revived a million times. Now she's probably gonna seek out revenge. Her name's fucking Mary Sue. There's about 50. Holy fuck. This is gonna get bad for Tanya, isn't it? We have, because normally I'd be like, okay, how is she even gonna get recruited? She's not very old. Like, how is this even gonna happen? But obviously, we see Tanya freaking do it in this show and everything. So this is about to fucking get bad for Tanya, I feel. I think this is gonna, we've seen like the uphill and maybe it's gonna be the downhill. And if we're following history, which it feels like it's been pretty goddamn close with like obvious differences, but we're seeing a lot of similarities. And now the US coming into this and creating like pretty much creating World War. Yeah, this is gonna be fun but crazy.
もっとじっくり考えてから決断をしても遅くは。
いえ、志願します。
心意気は大変嬉しく思いますが、戦場に出れば怪我をするかもしれませんし、命を落とすことだって。
And if X was helping her dad, I'm guessing X is gonna give her some fucking power boosts and shit.
きっとあなたが平和な地で過ごされることを願っておられるはずですよ。
それは分かっています。でも、だからこそ私は自分のできることをしたいのです。
では、志願に際し宣誓を。
先生、私は守るべき平和のため、何より大切な家族のため、力のすべてを費やします。
Oh
もう
shit.
二度と帝国によって家族を失う悲しみが繰り返されない世界を作るために。
I mean, you created a main character in other shows.
主を信じる善良なる心に誓って、神のご加護があらんこと。
Oh shit. Okay, so X is bringing out the big guns. X is like, okay, we're just gonna make a main character here. You think you're the main character, Tanya? Fuck you. We're gonna make an actual one by every fucked up thing you've done, and we're gonna make somebody that like a dad finally seems like got taken out after many supposed deaths. Now you got the daughter. Her name's fucking Mary Sue. Think about it. Fucking what the fuck? Yeah. That still fucking gets me. I had to pause for a sec. That what the fuck show? This, oh man. Okay, we got a movie. We got season 2. This is gonna get so good.
全く上も勝手なものだな。だが仕事である以上はやむを得ん。命令に従い敵を叩き潰さねばなるまい。とはいえ。
Yeah, and they haven't experienced that.
過酷な戦闘は避けられようもなく、泥沼の戦いに終わりは見えない。だからこそ、諸君らには改めて伝えておきたい。この世を司る神がいるとすれば、どこまでも厳格で限りなく善良。あまりにも偉大な存在であろう。神とやらは非常な運命ばかりを突きつけてくる。
What?
それが世界に課せられたルールのよう。
X is giving you fucking like nemesis and enemies and.
ここに同盟国の派兵も加わるとなると。
現場への指示は
すでに通達済みだ。
We're definitely in the hardest difficulty possible in this world.
分散進撃してくる敵を確固撃破する計画です。その先鋒となるのがデグレチャフ少佐の率いる203大隊。
しかし、あの少佐とてこの程度の戦力では。
ああ、神よ。
What? What the fuck?
貴様を切り刻んで豚の餌にでもしてやると。
That sounds more like the Tanya we know.
何一つとして心配はご無用でしょう。
クソタレの神に我らの戦場は不似合いだ。今こそ神の仕事を肩代わりしてやろうではないか。
Somebody that like Tanya from the very beginning, or at least episode 2, where we saw like somebody that could have gotten reincarnated and had the normal reincarnation kind of thing, spat on it. This shouldn't surprise anybody. Like Tanya's fucking this isn't surprising at all, because she kind of talked herself into all this. It really, like, if you really thought about, like, I try to think about everybody's, like, every little side of everything, right? But if you looked at it without, like, okay, Tanya's the main character, I'm going to try to think the most positive things possible. If I think of it more open, Tanya asked for this. She fucked up in the beginning in episode 2. She kind of asked for everything. Now, obviously, that's just how she is, going by logic, and that's what she thought, and she's very opinionated and everything. But, if I wasn't, like I said, if Tanya wasn't the main character, I'd probably be like, you fucking asked for it. You kind of fucked up. But in the very beginning in episode 2. But we gotta kind of root for Tanya, and I do see some like quirks and positive things in all the I don't know, the personality, the very strong personality of Tanya. And I do look at things, try to look at things more open with these type of shows. But I'd love to know all your thoughts about it, because I feel like it probably is going to be polarizing a bit on opinions of Tanya. And just like how, this show in general is just crazy, but it's so different. Like for an isekai, I feel like it's just very, very different. It's so like, I don't know, grounded in in history and just like a lot of different things. Even with Magic Incorporated, it's yeah. You kind of forget about the magic. She had a desk job. This was an interesting show. I mostly talked there, so I'll make this pretty brief, but very good show. I love to review an end of a season, but we're gonna literally go directly into a special and then a movie, and then directly into season 2. So I'll be very short with this, but the show, like I said, kind of went beyond what I think an isekai is and kept it very grounded in the sense of like reality a bit. Magic is used, but I forget about it sometimes because it's just, there's a lot of actual like combat, and the magic is more improving things that already exist. It's just not incorporated as a lot of other isekais and magic, fantasy magic world type shows. It's very, I don't know, it's just not utilized anywhere near as much as others. And I kind of like it. It makes the show very unique on top of like the strategies and everything. Now, this last episode really showed us that shit is going to get crazy. It feels like X is just stacking the deck, like completely stacking the deck against Tanya. And since the beginning, but I think every time Tanya gets past something, I think X is going to make it more difficult. Now, what's the capabilities of X? And if X is really God, then Tanya's fucked. But it feels more different than that. But I don't know. It feels like Tanya has a chance of like somehow winning here. But who knows how long that's going to take. So it's one of those things where I wonder what direction this show is going to go. It makes me very excited. Anyway, make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Check out the Patreon for the full reacts and exclusive shows. And I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.